usual, the new releases are coming fast and furious. We've seen over the last couple of days some of the new summer collections over the next 2 weeks. It's the beginning of April 2026. We are going to see some of the big brands drop their summer releases, and Chanel's will be in May. What I thought we could do today is a casual get ready with me with some products that I already have that are part of my collection that are very similar to the products that are coming out for summer. That way you can get a better idea if you really want to pick these things up. Also, when I talk about each product, I'll talk about the new ones that are coming, whether they're limited edition, the price increases, all that good stuff. Welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to do a little get ready with me, and when I put on each product, I'm going to talk about what new products I think they most correlate to, whether you want to consider picking these things up, the new price increases, all that good stuff. First, I'm going to use the Chantecaille Just Skin foundation. I don't see a lot of new foundations out there that I'm really very interested in. The Dior has one that's like the Dior Glow foundation. I'm not really, I don't love the Dior foundations. I like the Dior stick, the skin foundation, the stick foundation. I like that one, but other than that, the Dior foundations have never really worked for me color-wise. I always get, the color never is quite right, except for the Air Flash, which they discontinued. There's a new one from, is it MPH? I'll make sure the right name is down below, that I am going to try. It's at Sephora. It'll be in the Sephora sale, so I'll have that as part of that video or those series of videos. It's a serum foundation, so it could be great for me or it could be terrible. But the reason I'm using the Chantecaille Just Skin is because Chantecaille has the Earth Day sale coming up mid to end August. And so I thought I would use one of my favorite foundations. I've used this for years, but it has been reformulated. It's a different formula, and I don't notice it being, I don't really notice it being really different, to be honest with you. What I noticed is that the color is different. This is Aura. It has a gel-like texture. I mean, you can build it. I don't try to build this too much. I don't really like a heavy coverage foundation. It's very soothing. It's great if you suffer from something like I do, like rosacea, because the gel is actually very cooling. And so you put it on your skin feels better, believe it or not. That's actually why I started using it in the first place, because my rosacea was a lot worse when I was younger. I wasn't as diligent about treating it, to be frank. So that was on me. Now that I am, for the most part, my rosacea it doesn't, affect me very often. Every once in a while it just flares up, and it's usually because I've tried some kind of new product. This is one of my favorite foundations of all time, and I keep calling it Just Skin. It's Future Skin. The Aura used to be pinker. Now it's actually a more neutral shade, and I think it works beautifully on my skin. So if you're a color match for me, the Aura, I think it's pretty much perfect. I mean, honestly, this is a very light coverage. I would not, if you're somebody who really wants to have, more of a full coverage kind of foundation, this is not it. But I would just urge you to try a lighter coverage foundation, because I think, to be honest, most of the time, a full coverage foundation doesn't really work for most of us. You might feel like it's, quote, covering up your imperfections, but your imperfections are what make you interesting, what makes you unique, makes you you. So don't try to cover them up. I mean, everybody's going to see them anyway. Everyone's going to see what I have on my face. It's my face. And trying to cover it up, I always think, just draws attention to it more, actually. So, let your skin shine through. If there is skin concerns that you have that really bother you, I would really suggest going to a dermatologist. I mean, that's what I did. Dermatologist made a world of difference. I would just say in general, guys, as just life advice, covering things up it's never a good idea. It never works. It's just, it always backfires. So that is like my skin prep. And honestly, with the Chantecaille Future Skin, I don't have to do much. I didn't put a moisturizer on. I mean, I did the night before. I didn't put primer on with this. It just looks like this. It works really well on skin that's not really prepped. Very different from like the Hermes foundation, which at least for me, needs prep. And that leads me into the Hermes collection. Now, I did pick up the entire summer collection, which cost me close to $600 for 2 lipsticks, 2 lip oils, and the face palette, you know, and plus tax. I bring that up because the prices have really, in my opinion, gotten out of control. Hermes has always done a good job of sticking to what I would say their limited edition nature of their products. When they say something is limited edition, in general, they mean it. Like, I think in their shoes, their bags, their ready to wear, whatever they're doing, and their makeup. So when they came out with and they have nail polishes too, the new oils and the new lipsticks and the face palette, which, you know, I'll have pictures going up. I am sure that that face palette is limited edition. I am sure that it will not be recreated. I am sure that it will be a special piece, whatever that means. I'm making that face because this is not a bag. This is not a sweater, a jacket. You know, this is makeup. And I draw, and this is just me speaking. I'm not saying this for any of you out there. And if you feel differently, I totally understand. I feel makeup is not the same as a bag or a piece of jewelry or a sweater or a jacket. If you buy a jacket from Hermes, as long as you keep it in good condition and, you know, you don't trash it, that jacket is going to look exactly the same, you know, 50 years from now, and you can always wear it because it's extremely well made. Hermes, regardless of what you think of pricing and the whole game that they play with Hermes, and that's a whole other thing, they have excellent craftsmanship in what they create, especially their leathers, because they were a saddle maker back in the day. They make beautiful things. I have a Kelly bag. I've beaten it up because I feel like it should be used. That's the point. And honestly, I could take it into an Hermes or even just, you know, like a leather craftsman and like have it cleaned up and it would look brand new. Like, it is so well made and so well done that I think, quote, the investment is how many years you're going to get enjoyment out of it. The makeup, even if you keep it for 20 years, which, you know, I have some Chanel blushes that are 20 years old. I'm not suggesting you do that, but let's say you keep them. It's still not gonna look the same. I mean, you're gonna use it and it's eventually gonna be gone. Like, it's not the same as a bag or a sweater or jewelry. So, and I say this in, you know, I purchased the collection to show all of you, but I probably would have purchased the collection, frankly, if I didn't have a channel. I mean, because I like the Hermes products. I'm not criticizing. I'm saying just be really aware of the money that you're spending on these things, and it's not an investment. Even a bag is not really an investment, let's be honest. It's an investment in your joy. It's an investment in your happiness maybe, but it's not an investment. You know, you want to invest, go to a financial advisor. This is for your enjoyment, for your fun, for your, you know, something that you love, that type of thing. But the makeup is gonna go bad, and not only is it gonna go bad, but you'll probably find something new that you want to use instead because formulas change. So let's just be honest about that. The oil is $63, the lipsticks are $90, and the palette is over $100. I mean, that's a lot. That's just a lot. I did take a moment to decide whether or not I was actually going to pick all of this up. But the reason I picked up 2 lipsticks, 2 oils, and the palette is because I think this is exactly the kind of circumstance that I should be picking something up to inform you whether or not it's really worth it, because the price is, as I've just over-explained, very, very expensive. So I want to show you the horse palette. That's what I called it. It's the Hermes Rocabar palette that came out last year that everyone went crazy for. And basically, in my opinion, this new palette, which is called, let's see, what's the name of it? Let's make sure I have the right name. Sun Kissed Healthy Glow Powder Face and Cheeks Limited Edition, which is $121, is going to be exactly the same as this. The only difference is on this one has a cream, a pink, and a bronzy color, and maybe a little bit of tan. The new one has 2 shades of tan, a pink and an orange. So this one is likely to be more pinky. Yeah, more pinky all over cool. And the new one is more sun-kissed bronze. So this will be more of a blush and this new one will be more of a bronzer. But honestly, is it gonna be worth $121? No, no, the lipsticks are not gonna be worth $90. They're not worth it, like in the sense of just pure, how much it costs to make this, the case, and the fact that the embossing is just embossing in makeup. However, if you get a great deal of joy out of having this product and now the new one, then absolutely it is worth it. That is what I'm trying to say. Like, you need to measure, you know, what is worth it to you. So we're gonna take this and I'm gonna use, this is a Shoto 05 brush from Refer. I believe that Refer is gonna, I think it's either in stock now or will be in stock, and there will be a sale coming up. So I use my Refer brushes all the time, but sometimes I forget to mention like what it is that I'm using, what brush I'm using. And I'm using this brush because, first of all, this is a powdery, I don't know if you can see it, but the powder kicks up when I do this. It also has a nice scent. This is not a particularly colorful or pigmented if you're using it as blush. I would not use it really as blush. I would use this as like a glow powder, kind of like this is a sun-kissed healthy glow powder, face and cheeks, the new one. This is not going to be something that is going to impart like a real blush. However, because I am so pale, this actually looks very nice on me when I'm looking for something, and I'm gonna use it all over the face too. When I'm looking for something in the summer or spring that I don't actually want a lot, I just want a little bit, this is perfect. And this brush, I have to say, the way that they designed this brush, and I'll show you in detail, it's just really well done in the sense that it lays down product very evenly and very smoothly, and there's really no wrong way to use this brush because it's very layered. There's different layers, different lengths. Can you see it? It's almost like someone got a really bad haircut, and the front is angled. So when you do this with it, it deposits exactly the right amount in a way that doesn't look cakey and that doesn't accentuate texture. It looks glowy, it looks beautiful. Now, this product is an excellent product. I'm not gonna tell you that it's not. It is. But again, it's $120, and this new one's gonna, I think, look very much like this, except bronzier. So if you have this product and you never pull it out, just think about whether or not you really want to spend another $120 to get a new one. I just want to talk about the lipsticks and the lip oils really fast before we go to Dior and Tom Ford and then Chanel. The lip oils, the thing about these lip oils that I really like is the scent. The scent of these sets them apart from other lip oils. Each one has an individual scent to it and a little bit of a taste actually. But this one is Rose Cola. So it has that kind of cola taste. Cola scent. It is lovely. I really like this one. I actually have 4. I picked up 2 new ones. One is like the deeper shade. I forget which one I got. But then the one that I did make sure that I got was the one that has like the shimmer in it. Because these, they don't have that shimmer. They have gloss, but they don't have shimmer. So I did pick up that shade. They are 60 some odd dollars. They are lip oils. They don't impart that much color. Just be aware. However, I would say this, they are unique in this fact that they have a scent. So you decide whether or not that's something you want, but I would say the one that is the most unique is the one that has the shimmer. The lipsticks, they're $90. $90 is a lot of money for a lipstick. The Chanel lipsticks that are new, the Coco Chanel lipsticks, are good, just as good or better than the Hermes lipsticks. The Hermes lipsticks are refillable. I will say the 2 shades that I picked up are the beige shades. I tend to like those shades very much from Chanel. We'll see what they're like, but it's a beige lipstick, guys. It's probably not worth $90. Nail polishes, I really like the Hermes nail polishes, but I've been getting gel nails lately, so I didn't see the need to pick them up. But the Hermes formula is very good. Tom Ford. This is Soleil collection. And the thing about Tom Ford is that they've reimagined their entire line, right? So they've got the T on everything. I did a video with the new architectural blush and the creme eyeshadows. I think they're very good. I like the blush in a way more than I like the shadows because the blush, at least, it's very pigmented. It's matte though, and you need to use the right type of brush with it, but it's great. I mean, it works really well. The eyeshadow is really good, but I still think the older ones were better. Just my take. However, I have a new product. It's a tinted lip glow, which comes in, it looks like 11 shades. That does look interesting to me. There's a sun-kissed blush, which is also a new product, which again, I think that looks very interesting. The lip oils, I've used the lip oils. Lip oils are great. Again, if you're gonna do the Hermes or the Tom Ford, I personally would have a tough time picking between the two because they're very different. Lip oils from Tom Ford are much more oily and they don't have the individual scents and colors, but I do really like the Tom Ford lip oil. It's extremely good. So just depends on what you like. The Soleil Eye Color Quad, there's Moonlight Dip, Honeymoon, Golden Hour, Peach Dawn, and Hazy Sensuality. Those are shades, as far as I understand, every single one of them is that already existed, except for Moonlight Dip. The Glow highlighters. I like the Tom Ford highlighters. There's one Rose Iris that's actually one of my favorites of all time, but I like the old ones that he used to do. So I will be interested in trying these. There's Capri, there's Amalfi, and then there's Portofino and Canoan, I think it is. They look gold to me though. Could be wrong. There are bronzing powders. Now, Tom Ford had the best bronzing powder of all time in Terra. For me, like it was the best color, best formula. They changed it multiple times and now it's no longer the best one. The original though, in my opinion, was still the best of all time. There are 4 shades. I will be very interested to see what they are like. So, you know, I will definitely try them. I would suggest, and again, don't just listen to me, watch whoever you like on content creators. I would watch some reviews before running out to get these because Tom Ford has been hit or miss in the formulas and the things that they've done. So I feel like it's not, none of these things says to me, I must have these. The new products I think are interesting and I definitely want to try them. I can't say that I feel secure, how's that, in the fact that these are going to be great. The blushes, I mean, I think will be very interesting because they're the liquid blush. I think that's an interesting take. I mean, I will definitely try them. And like I said, I'll try the highlighters and the bronzers and probably the lightest in the bronze. We'll see how it works. And maybe the new eyeshadow color. But I would wait for reviews on that. So I wanted to give you that sort of breakdown so you know what was new and what really isn't new and all that good stuff. Dior. All right. So let's be honest about Dior. Okay. This is my, let's be honest, let's chat. Get ready with me. And I'm going to put some makeup on and explain to you how this is similar to what's coming out from Dior. The reason everyone's in an uproar about Dior is the compacts. The compacts look like one of the Dior bags that was created. That's a very limited edition bag, also very expensive. I think it's like $13,000 with tax. So the compact looks like the purse. And it looks like they put a lot into the compact, like a lot of design work went into it. There's 2 bronzers with the same cover and then there's a highlighter. People will go out and buy those bronzers, which are gonna be very similar to the Hermes, by the way. It's gonna be like bronzer, blush, and highlighter all in one thing, which I hate. If you've watched me before, you'll know I hate that. By the way, if you haven't watched me before, hi, my name is Jennifer. And here on my channel, I do all things luxury. I was makeup artist for Chanel half a lifetime ago. And I would love it if you'd go down and hit that subscribe button because that subscribe button is completely free and it makes it possible for me to continue doing videos like this for you. So I have never gotten the thing about the 3-in-1 products because I don't think they work. But that being the case, everyone's coming out with them. So Dior, it's this compact. That is the thing. Everyone's gonna buy this compact. It's going to sell out the minute it gets released in the highlighter and the 2 bronzers. No doubt about it. The other thing people are gonna buy is the blue maximizer. This is one from several seasons ago. It's a light blue. This new one is a bright blue. It's going to sell out. The nail polish in the bright blue will also sell out probably. And then the eyeshadow with the bright blue in it will also sell out. So it's gonna sell out, guys. I can tell you now because like I've been doing this long enough where I'm just like, oh, I know it's gonna sell out. That's what's gonna sell out because the bright blue is pretty and everyone's gonna be like, oh, look pretty, and they're gonna buy it. I will also buy it to review for all of you. But the thing that I'm actually most interested in this entire collection, besides the the fact that I'm going to buy the compact because yes, I too like it and don't have $13,000 to buy the bag, are the eyeshadow sticks. Because Chanel had eyeshadow sticks like this a long time ago. I have them. And I actually plan on doing a short where I'm going to compare the new Dior eyeshadow sticks to all the other ones I have, including Chanel, Laura Mercier, Jones Road, Victoria Beckham, Rare Beauty, and by Terry. So in front of me right now, I have Laura Mercier, Rare Beauty, Jones Road, and Victoria Beckham. What I would say about the Dior ones, at least from what I am looking at, and again, I don't have them in hand, these remind me of the Rare Beauty shades. What I mean by that is Rare Beauty came out with a bunch of shades that are very neutral. They're all very neutral. So are these. The only one that has like color to it that I can see in these is 280, which has a green tint, which, you know, looks very nice, but I'm just saying that's the only one. The rest of these are neutral shades. Most people would consider them browns, neutrals. So I think that's what we're gonna see. Jones Road has a similar lineup where they have like browns, deep browns. I think they have maybe one green, because these are the types of things that you wanna use when you're in a rush, when you're doing something quickly. This is Oyster by Victoria Beckham. You just put them on your eye like this and you are pretty much done. Now you can use a brush to layer to make sure that they're, you know, what's what I'm looking for, blended in. That's perfectly fine. You can do whatever you like with them. But for the most part, they're meant to be this easy one and done, really easy to use, but really good look. Because these stay on, once they settle down, like for most of these, and I'll do the direct comparison, but for the most part, they all kind of work the same. They're a little bit creamy, they settle down, and then they're not moving. The Jones Road ones, they are the best. And this kind of gives away a little bit of my short, but they're the best, in my opinion, for older skin. And somebody said, who was it? I think it might have been Lexi. Lexi, if it was you, I think it was you. You said vintage skin, which I love because I love vintage clothing. So vintage skin. If you have vintage skin like mine, the Jones Road ones are the best. They are really creamy and they're extremely easy to put on and smudge out. I'm really interested in these Dior sticks, the eyeshadows. I think it'll be interesting to see the formula and what they really look like in color. You know, I don't know, but I am definitely gonna pick up a couple of shades. Maximizers, I love the maximizers. Guys, if you saw my drawer right now, I don't even know how many shades. I think there's like, I have like 30 of them. I really do have way too many. So the only one I'm gonna pick up is the blue one because I don't need any more. The blue one's just the most unique, so I'll pick it up. The Glow Maximizers, the highlighters, I have every shade that they've created. I think they're really good, so I will probably pick that up as well. The eyeshadows. Guys, there's not a lot of pigment to these eyeshadows, and I've said this about Dior's spring summer collections before. There isn't a lot of there, and you probably have these shades. I would say the blue one, at least the blue in there, is a very bright blue, and it looks like there's some uniqueness to the way that but the rest of the shades are like almost non-existent, just telling you. So I will pick it up for review, but I think the thing to buy is the compacts because they're cool looking and you'll never see anything like it because it's a J.W. Anderson design with the ladybug and the daisies. And then, you know, I'm gonna try the eyeshadow sticks because I love a good eyeshadow stick and I wanna do a comparison with the others. But I wouldn't run out and buy the other things because I just don't think they're gonna be that different. And if you already have every Laura Mercier eyeshadow stick that's ever existed, I don't believe the Dior eyeshadow sticks are gonna be that different. I just want to try them because Chanel, right? I mean, makes sense. So let's talk about Chanel and Chanel Les Beiges. So this is Chanel Les Beiges. This is Warm from, I don't remember which season. But I would tell you this, Les Beiges is not like a super deep collection. It's not something that has a lot of pigment, and it's not about lots of shades or lots of like color. The Les Beiges collection is going to be whatever the name of it is. Like I said, this one's warm. There's one that's gold. There's one that's intense. There's one that's, I think, deep. There's one, you know, there's one that's cool. And there's the 5 shades, and they tend to be relatively light. But there's also these new products that are the blush balms that look like the primers that they had. And I loved that formula. 2 are blushes, 1 is a highlighter. So that is gorgeous. There is what looks to be a compact foundation, which I think is only for the Asian market, but I'm not sure of that. And it looks very, very light. There looks to be a new mascara. It doesn't look like the Noir mascara. It looks different to me. And it comes in like an orange, a black, and like, if that's, maybe it's brown, but it could also be like a plum. I don't know. It looks really interesting to me. There are balms, which again, look really interesting to me. And I would definitely pick up like this entire collection. I think it looks very cool. I would say though that everything that I have seen about the summer collection makes it look like this is a set. Like the case is it's this wicker case and then everything is in the case. I don't know that, but I do know that there is a case and it is going to be, I think, $250. So I don't know if they're gonna do a pink one and like a warm one or a peach one. I don't have an answer for you, but I think that's the gist. I think it's gonna be like $250 and you get either the cool or the warm. That's my guess. It's a guess, guys. I don't absolutely know. What I would say about all of these things though, the wicker basket's cool. Chanel does cool like little sets that every once in a while, and I think this set is a great idea. Like I think that's gonna do very well. And I think if it is 2 sets of like warm and cool, it will sell out. Absolutely. The liquid blushes and then the liquid highlighter, if it's that same kind of formula as the primer in the sense that it's easy to use, doesn't accentuate texture, great for vintage skin, all of those things. Yeah, I'm gonna love that. I mean, I will pick it up in both. I'll pick it up in both shades. Mascara, I don't know what that mascara is because that looks new to me. So that looks fascinating. The cream foundation, I would love to have the Chanel cream foundation here in the United States. And so please bring it on. The nail polish in that light blue color, that's gonna sell out. Again, I don't know if they'll have it in the set or how that'll work, but if that comes by itself, people will buy it. And then the Les Beiges palettes, these are some of my favorite palettes in the sense that like they're super easy to use. You find the color story that you like, they work really well. You can come up with, you know, everyday shades. It's easy to use. They're very pretty, but they're not revolutionary. I mean, Chanel's been doing these for quite some time. I'm gonna take this like pinky shade here. So it's not new. I doubt the formula is new. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. But it's just really well done. It's not like it's, like I said, it's not revolutionary, not gonna change your life. What is probably gonna be the most interesting thing is the set, like the wicker basket, and whether or not you can get your hands on it, whether or not, you know, it's coming in the warm and cool and all that good stuff. Like, we'll find out. I don't know. And then the mascara, I don't know what that is. I mean, I know it's that shape. I don't recognize that shape, so it looks new to me. Those look like balms. Cream foundation, I hope we get it here in the United States. That looks cool. And the nail polish in that blue, I think will be very popular. So again though, nothing in there, like we'll see how it comes. Like if it comes in a set and you buy it all together, yeah, I think it'll go really fast because of those cases. I do think those cases will go very quickly. There's nothing in there that I think is so revolutionary and new except for that cream compact foundation, because that would be very different for Chanel, and they have it in other countries, and I would want that. The cream blushes and the cream highlighter, Chanel has done those before. They've been in the bottles, and they've been in the squeeze tubes, and they've been in the shake, the touch type of formula for blushes. So they've done those types of things, liquid blushes, liquid highlighters, not in tube form like that, but they've done those. The Les Beiges eyeshadows, like I said, I just, you know, I have tons of them. The balms, they'll be balms. But the cream foundation, if that really is something that comes to the US, yeah, I definitely want to try that. That will be, I hope it comes here. So to finish up, I'm going to put on a little bit of the Saint Laurent lip liner. This is in, what shade is this? I don't know, but I'll make sure that I put the shade. I really like the Saint Laurent lip liners. I think they're very good. So if you're interested in picking these up, you're gonna be in the Sephora sale. Yes, I will have a bunch of dedicated Sephora videos, but I think you might notice it's a little bit less pigmented than some of the other liners that I've used, but it's not lightly pigmented. It might be easier for a lot of people to use though, because it's not, you don't have to be as careful with it, which I think is great. I'm also using the Dior Over Volume in the purple shade, the plum shade that sold out. I am hoping that the Chanel new mascara that we can't see exactly what it is, the brown is like not just a brown. I hope it has a little bit of, and I don't want to say purple because like purple makes people nervous, but it's almost like mulberry. It's a deeper shade, like almost like a wine, which I think can be really flattering, again, on vintage skin, because I think it's deep enough that it accentuates the lashes and makes them look long and thick. But it also has the purple or wine tone, as long as it's not red. It's not as harsh as black. And I'm a big believer in black mascara. So just, keep that in mind. But sometimes when you have less makeup on, like in the summer when I don't wear a lot of makeup, if any makeup sometimes, and I want something that like just has a light look like I did today, I want to wear mascara, but the black looks like a little harsh and the brown doesn't quite look right on me because the brown, my lashes are not brown. My lashes are black. So what happens when I put the brown on top of it, it looks weird. Like it almost looks like I tried to lighten my lashes. It doesn't look right. So I'm hoping that Chanel and others have this type of shade in what they do, because I think a lot of people would really like it. I'm gonna take the Rochambeau, that's not the name of it, and a really fluffy brush and show you what this looks like all over. But hopefully this has given you some insights into whether or not you want to pick up the Hermes or the Dior or the Chanel collections that are coming out. And also that when you look at the collections that you have from the last few years especially, you probably have a lot of this makeup already. The summer collections, they're not as pigmented. They tend to be focused on bronzy kind of summer shades, which totally makes sense. But if you're like me and you don't wear as much makeup especially if you're in the United States and you're in a place that's hot, I mean, it depends on where you are in the world, but you might, feel like you're not as interested in these types of collections. That's how I feel. So I think what the companies have done is they've come up with these really cool packaging ideas, like the wicker basket from Chanel or the daisies from Dior or the Hermes sunshine embellishment. Tom Ford has got new products and the new redesign. So I think that's what this is, because I don't think summer sells as well. If I remember from my days, summer never sold as well, but I think that's true nowadays too. I think best selling is generally the end of the year holiday collections. So just keep that in the back of your mind when you're making decisions about makeup. Again, you're all very smart people and you know what you want to buy and why. But I just like to remind all of us that we, have a lot of these things. And I hope, when you realize that when I'm purchasing them, it's to review for all of you, and I have the channel that is my reasoning. Don't try to keep up with anyone on social media, because it's not real. It's a job. And our job is to come to you and tell you, I think this is a great product, or this is a terrible product, and you can decide whether you want to spend your money on it. But we're going to have a lot more than you will ever need, because we're reviewing it for every single person out there. There's probably, of all the people that are watching right now, I'm sure there's a segment that were like, yeah, I was never interested in the Hermes or the Dior. I only want the Chanel, or I only want the Tom Ford, or I only want that compact from Dior, whatever it is. So you have to hit all of the products so that everyone gets to see what they want to see. As a consumer, you certainly don't have to feel like you need to buy all of these things, because you don't. You truly don't. There's so much. And I feel like over the last couple years especially have, intensified their releases. Like, it's not just that you have 4 seasons and they, have these 4 collections. It's just in each season, there's multiple products. So hopefully this helped a little bit with, what you're interested in picking up. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I can't wait to hear what you guys are picking up, what you're interested in the summer collection. I hope to see you in another video really soon.